Yeah, because like doing it here, it saves a lot of time. I just don't want to go to places. And honestly, I don't mind. Like whoever I have over, like mostly I just want to have, well, first of all, like I've had too many I've only done like 15 episodes or something. I don't even know what episode this is, but I don't want to talk to as many comedians because we just end up talking about comedy and everybody's like, what the hell?
Exactly.
So yeah, the way that like I stumbled upon you is that it's recording, by the way. We're already going. In case you didn't know. Yeah. Yeah. I always say like, yo, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. I'm just going to start recording and surprising my guests because I hate that intro. I listen to it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, they know it's a podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you got to be organic with it?
Yeah, exactly. But like the way that we met is that I went to an open mic. I've been to many comedy open mics, but I decided to stop into this music open mic, and I was like, all right, let's see what's up. Because I always thought, like, logistically, how does that work? With comedy, it's just the mic, sound doesn't need to be special.
Facts.
Like with music, if you need like a guitar, a band, some kind of song, or like whatever, like, you know, all those extra layers, I'm like, how does that even work? And then I stumbled in, and I saw you, and like some guy just ripping some what was it? It was Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Like the night before, I like karaoke Tennessee whiskey, and I thought it was the shit. This guy just destroyed the song. It was like, holy fuck!
He was really good. I remember that guy. He was
yeah,
good.
Dude.
Yeah.
All of you guys were so talented. I don't know if I dropped in. Is it like that every night?
That was my first time there.
Oh yeah.
So we met by fate. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fate that we were there. Dropped your mic, bud.
Oh, good. By the way, give yourself a little intro. This is Spacedread, everyone. A very impressive artist I met at an open mic. What do you do? What are you about?
I am Spacedread. I've been in the entertainment industry since I was 4 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, so my first thing was an Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial. Yeah, maybe you could cut to the Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial. I don't
sure.
know.
What did you say? Oscar what?
It was one of those like fucking. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Fuck yes. It was one of those like, you know those.
You're even allowed to say the N-word.
I can. All right, as long as
not because I told you, just because it's a general rule.
I know, that's weird. It's like you telling me. I feel like it's even weird.
I know,
it's
right?
More weird. I don't know.
No, that's the comedy world. That's fucking like I've seen, dude. That's why I don't like comedy open mics. The amount of people that it's just white dudes trying to say some sketchy stuff. I've seen my fair share of white dudes saying the N-word at comedy open mics, and it just kills the vibe for some reason. I can't really, you know.
Probably slavery.
Yeah, probably. That's something, right?
Well, I mean, shit, man.
So what was his name? Oscar.
It's not a guy. It's a sausage.
It's a
Oscar
sausage?
Mayer Wiener. It's literally, it's hot dogs. And I did a hot dog commercial when I was like 4 years old.
That's hilarious.
I'll have to literally find it and send it to you. I was like, you know, it was fun times. But since then, I went to art school, and I got into music theater.
Nice.
And, started writing music and making films. And I just have been doing it ever since. So film and music, those are my things. So, yeah, you met me at a time where I was workshopping some new material, some new singles that my birthday was just recent. So I just put out a single. I try to put out music every birthday.
Nice.
And, I was putting out those vibes and trying to just get back into the performing realm because I have some dope shows coming up. So I just wanted to not suck at those shows.
No, I was like, there weren't a lot of people in the bar, and me and my buddy, so we had you asked me why we were there. Like originally we just watched a Leafs game down the street at.
Did they win?
St. Louis. Yeah, they won. Yeah. Right. I would get into the Leafs, but that would be a long and sad conversation.
Yeah.
But
what would someone say? They were like, I want the Leafs to be at my funeral so they can let me down one last time. Yeah.
If you want to see, Toronto's the only place you can see the Leafs fall in the spring, is what they say, because that's when they go into the playoffs.
That's a great one.
Yeah. But
poor Leafs.
Yeah, no, dude, it's sad. So, but actually, that was a happy night. So we decided to celebrate a win by just like going somewhere, and I'm like, hey, like let's go to this open mic. And then I saw you. That was sick. Do you do a lot of like open mics to practice new stuff, or do you just do it? Because I don't know.
Anytime.
Like the thing is for comedy, like you can't almost, unless you're booked on shows consistently, you can't get around open mics, because comedy, you can't just kind of write something and practice in your living room, right?
Yeah.
You have to you have to perform in front of a live audience, because
see if it
otherwise,
works.
yeah, there's no other feedback. I feel like music more like you can actually practice alone kind of thing, but you obviously, as a performer, you want to get in front of a live audience. So how often would you do that?
I try when I have new stuff to go perform, like when I have shows coming up, I'll try to do open mics like every day of the week if I can, until my voice runs out, you know, because eventually it's like you're an athlete, right? Like your voice just kind of, you know, starts getting dead, like you're a coach coaching all weekend, screaming, you know. So I try to do at least four open mics before I hit the stage at like a paid show. Sometimes you don't have that luxury, right? But when I have like new songs, I find it like pretty similar to comedy, because I also do comedy as well, as I was telling you before too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's similar in the way of when I do music, I speak to my audience, I engage with my audience. Some things work, some things don't, and just kind of feeling out, especially with like I think my sound's very like positive pop music. So not all of my sound. I have some dark music as well. But some of my the main stuff that my heart sings is pop, positive music. So usually you don't see a bunch of people like me doing that. So it's hard to find where my audience is. So trying out a bunch of different things is the only way to kind of, I guess, scope it, you know?
Fair, yeah. I noticed that when you were performing, it was like an original sound, right? That and a lot of artists, like, you see the things on YouTube, like Eminem type beat, you know, whatever type beat, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as a comedian, I want to have, like, when I go up there, I want to be myself, and that's the biggest.
Exactly.
It's like, it's the easiest. Whenever you give the best advice I've received in comedy, and the only one that I've actually ever listened to, is like, dude, just try to be yourself out there. And it's like the easiest thing you can do, but also kind of the hardest.
Yeah.
Because like once you step up there, you kind of
go to your fail safes.
Yeah, it's not that easy to step up there in front of a bunch of people and just be yourself. And same thing with your art, right? Like,
absolutely.
You know, do you want to create for the fans and make something that, you know will do well? Or do you want to just make music? Who's the guy, Rick Rubin, you know who that is?
Yeah,
he's known for saying, like, you got to create for yourself. The fans, don't matter, which
I think it's like half and half. That's how I see it. I see it as like, you should definitely have a portion of your art that is selfish in a way, where it's like, I am being vulnerable to the things that I believe are true. But then you also have to be like, do I want this to be received well by the people I'm giving it to? Like, you can't just force, people to eat peanut butter and jelly and spinach at the same time. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be like, okay, how am I going to serve this to people, right? This is my art, my food, if you will. Mm-hmm. And if I want people to actually ingest it and eat it, I need to try different ways of, serving it to them in a nice way. You get what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so
for
I
sure.
feel like it's like an equal balance of, it's for me, but it's also for you, right?
Yeah, also I feel like, just in my life personally, I feel like if you're ever tempted to look outside of yourself for approval, right, it's almost you're compromising your integrity, right?
Yeah.
Because, I want to be just satisfied being a comedian, whether people are there in front of me or I'm alone just hanging out and I see something funny. I want to write down something funny about it, and I want it to be enough that, like, I'm my only witness, right? Like, why do you need other people, really, if you're in it for the art itself, right?
True. Well, I mean, but what is the art, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, the art can be just the song, just the joke, or you could say that the art is the connection between you and who's receiving it. So
exactly.
If that is, in fact, the case, then you have to kind of think about the people you're giving it to, right? Like, if you want people to smile, you can't just be like, I'm smiling, fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That gets us back to those dudes that say some questionable things at open mics, right? Like, it's just an excuse to say them. Whereas you want to, whether it's music, comedy, dance, theater, whatever, right? You want to touch on something that is human, right? That is kind of global, but also do it in your way, right? So you've done a lot. So like we've talked about music. You said you did theater. How long have you been doing music specifically for, and what drew you to music over? It seems like you've done a bunch of other forms of art and comedy as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that you're drawn to music more?
Not really. Like, to me, it's kind of like all a part of who
fair.
I am. I'd say, like, beyond anything, like, I'm a storyteller in one way or another. Like, whether it's music or film or whatever I'm doing, I like to take people on a journey, right?
Right.
So, the main part of the question was, like, how long I've been doing
Sure,
it kind of thing? Was that what you were asking?
Yeah, and what drew you to music specifically?
What drew me to music specifically? When I was a kid, Michael Jackson, for sure.
Oh, wow, okay.
Michael Jackson was one of the first artists that I was like, yo, this guy's nuts. Like, I would watch that shit over and over.
How old are you?
When I was like...
How old are you now?
How old am I now?
Yeah.
Man, we can't
okay.
Tell all the ladies.
Because I'm just thinking because
I'm 31 as of last week.
All right, so I'm 24, and when I was a kid, I just got into Michael Jackson when I was like 9 or 10, and that's like I was going through my MJ phase, and he died like right when I was like peak, like. And as a kid, you're like, oh no, right?
I know, bro.
So I have like an interesting relationship with my love for his music. But anyways, tangent, keep going. So you got into Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Funny enough, like even the comedians that were musical got me into music too. So I was watching like a lot of like Eddie Murphy, old SNL,
right.
Jim Carrey, you know what I mean? Like all those people who were just like they're able to use their voices in such a way. And I think we were talking about this when I met you. I was like, there's such a connection between musicians and comedians, right? Like it's like they have like a mutual respect.
Yeah.
Because like you need timing in order to do either one, right?
Personally, I have a huge respect for musicians, but I don't see what they see in us. Because like as a comedian,
timing.
maybe that's what it is. But like as a comedian, again, like it's just like I feel like, especially after going to that mic, the music mic, it validated my opinion that like, man, you need to have some kind of talent to have a musician. I know you can foster it, but I feel like comedy is just. I can't help but feel like I'm an imposter every time I go up there because like I'm just saying shit and like I'll have a good set and be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like I made some dick jokes that you found funny, cool, but like it's like compared to like going out there and doing what you did, last week, I was like, holy shit, like that's like something,
Well, I mean, I think it's anything though. It's like you're mastering a skill. So like you have a knack for making people laugh, right? And you are consistent with that. Some people, they can make people laugh and they're not consistent, and you'll surpass them, right? Because you're doing it more, and you're actually engaging and connecting with people. So I'd say it's just like any kind of performing. You have to work the muscle. So
right.
there is. I think there's a huge talent within comedians. Like you can't sit there and say that like, like a comedian like Dave Chappelle.
Oh, definitely,
isn't seasoned.
Yeah.
Like there's a seasoned nature behind it all, and that takes years.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just reps. Like it is like there's definitely, I am a huge fan of many comedians, Dave Chappelle included, right? Like that just have a certain way of communicating, right? And
storytelling.
That's what I find. Yes, that's what I love. I love storytelling comedians, not as much the one-liners, right? The punny comedians. I think the biggest talent is being able to be eloquent, like tell a story and then find the laughter. Like my favorite stand-up clip is Louis C.K. talking about like when he was in Russia, about just like all the shit he saw, just guys and homelessness and stuff like that. And it was overall like if you watch the clip and you think about it, you're like, that was a sad story, but throughout the story he makes you laugh like every 30 seconds, you know what I mean? Like that's the talent.
There's something wrong with that guy.
For sure. I mean, we know there's something wrong with that guy now publicly. He likes to do a little stick handling in the dark in front of people for some reason.
In the light he does it right in your face.
That's true. But I feel like that's actually a very interesting. Like I was watching some stuff about Louis C.K. and how he handled his whole cancellation, and like he's definitely like, huh?
Was that a pun?
What?
How he handled.
How he handled?
Never mind.
No pun
good.
intended.
All right.
No pun intended.
Sorry.
But yeah, I was I was watching some stuff about how he handled this, what came out about him handling other things. But
Yes.
he basically, I think his issue was that he was at a point where he, much like, I feel what he was saying when he's like, I don't understand why people, like, what people see in me. He, like, publicly always said, like, I'm not that special, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like a humility thing. I don't know what it is, but he was, like, at the height of fame, right? Like, he was A-list, selling out arenas, like, at the top of the game. And, maybe he kind of didn't realize the line that was drawn between, like, his, like, it's hard for a person like that to say no to, you know what I mean? For regular people, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe there was a little bit of a weirdness there, but also he didn't see himself as, like, a special person. He just thought he was a regular guy, and people all of a sudden liked him for whatever reason. But yeah, see what I mean? Like, my favorite comics are all fucked up. I'm sure something's going to come out about Chappelle or fucking Bill Burr, but
let's pray.
Let's pray that it doesn't.
That we have at least a few more sets.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
But, so yeah, you were talking about music. How long have you been doing music?
Been doing music probably for about, I'd say over 15 years now, like making my own music. So
nice.
When I was around 14, 15, I started on my first music was made on a McDonald's mic.
Yeah?
In my closet.
That's hilarious.
I made a hole in my closet. I put the mic, those mics, they came on like a little string, and I wrapped it around a clothes hanger and stabbed it into the wall in my closet, and I would sing on that terrible mic onto Audacity.
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 I still use Audacity, bro, to edit the podcast sometimes.
But yeah, this was like
that's hilarious.
Old Audacity, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so this was like,
honestly, their software isn't that much better. I feel it looks like I'm using a fucking 98 Windows.
Probably. I mean, but you're using a Mac.
Yeah, that's true.
Why are you still using Audacity then?
I don't know.
Don't they have like GarageBand or?
They do, and I do use. I don't use GarageBand. I usually actually like. I'm more, because of most of my content is video. So if I need to edit audio, I'll actually use video software. Like I'll use DaVinci because I'm just more used to it, and I can't even bother. But Audacity, I just literally Googled like cheap free audio editing softwares, and that was the first one that popped up. So I guess
that's monopoly within the cheap free zone.
Do they? Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay.
That's where I started.
Fair. Yeah, I know there's, what else is there? Like Ableton, something like that? Ableton?
Yes.
What do you use usually to edit your stuff?
Logic?
Okay,
Logic
no idea
Pro
what that
X.
is.
It's basically the updated GarageBand.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, it's the GarageBand you have to pay for. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's and see, I have a buddy, he was on the podcast recently, Memblem. He's a producer, and I'm so proud of him and impressed with his like ability to do the music. I'm also as impressed. He's singing now on his tracks, but he's more the guy kind of behind the scenes. He's making beats, and he has like a really original sound. Funny enough, we met in a second year research project, because I actually have a master's in chemistry. I have like a whole thing. Anyways,
that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So like in like 2015, when I was in my undergrad, we were both doing biochem, and we met during a research project. Now I'm a comedian and he's a producer, doing pretty well for himself. He's like
that's kind of like a 180.
Yeah, for both of us, right?
Yeah.
Interesting story there. But so he uses, we recently made a song together, soon to be released. It's just like
shit.
It's like
rapping, bro?
I'm rapping, bro.
Oh,
I'm rapping. Yo, this is actually I haven't told anybody about this.
That's
you guys
crazy.
will see. It's a parody song. I'm not taking myself seriously. I was trying to sound stupid on purpose, but he's so good with it that he made me somehow sound good. Like that's unreal. But
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so
you're gonna give us some bars right now. That's what you're saying. Come on, give us a 1-2, bro.
It's a Canadian. It's a parody on Canada. So I go like, Canadian A was super polite. We sip doubles all day and all night. Shit like that. Yeah.
Yo, bro, touch me.
There we go. So it's
Damn.
but even so, like the his setup was mostly. I feel like the game has changed. He had like all this software. He had like trackpads, special mics for everything. He had this like old mic. It's like a fancy mic. He's like, yeah, it's like a $2,000 mic because it's special. I don't fucking know, but I was just
For music?
for music. Yeah,
Probably like a U87 or something.
probably. It's like it's like a very not very, but it's like an old mic, but it's like industry standard. It's like everybody, most recording artists use it apparently. I don't know. But I was more impressed with how...
No, I meant U87, probably. Don't
Yeah.
quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah. I was more impressed with how he put everything together. Like, I had an idea in my head. I'm like, this is what I want. This is these are the lyrics. And he, like, we looked through a bunch of samples. He, like, just somehow put it together and made a beat that sounded okay. And we build on that. And at the, like, in a couple of hours, we had, like, a cool song. And I was just, like, the process
Dude,
was...
you're rapping about coffee, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I just wrote a rap about Starbucks.
Oh, yeah?
It's somewhere on my phone. Hold on.
All right.
We might have to go order Starbucks together, bro.
Let's do it.
Just go.
That's hilarious.
You know, like just order some. Hold on, where is it? Where's my Starbucks bars?
See what I mean too? Like when I was like I enjoyed through we had like 3 sessions together that we completed the song over, and I was so excited for them because I like the creativity of it, right? I feel like comedy is a lonely pursuit, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes yes, you're often surrounded by other comedians, but even when I'm chilling at shows with other comics, I'm kind of more like I'm enjoying. A big part of it is the hang, right? Because you're hanging out with funny people and they give you inspiration. But at the end of the day, you got to write it yourself. You got to go up there yourself. I don't think there's many comedy bands or duos that... There's definitely people like podcasts, like where people have really good chemistry. But like performing comedy itself, it's usually just you up there, right?
True.
So I really enjoyed... Like in music, you always see like bands, duets, like people really feeding off each other, right? Like the puzzle pieces themselves... Not really anything there, but together they paint a whole other picture, which I appreciated about it. But yeah, what do you got?
Oh shit, man! I found it. It's here. But no, I wanted to train off of that thought. I definitely would agree. But then like there's an introspective nature to performing comedy, like your own stuff. But then there's also like for me, I love film, right? So like people always I argue with my pops all the time.
Right.
He hates Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler because
I do too.
like I
Yeah.
think he's just like there's something that's like the sensibility.
No good.
The sensibility of how he obviously is in a room with a bunch of people who all find this shit hilarious. You know what I mean? So they're trying new shit and like you could tell like. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they're laughing behind the camera. I feel like they're trying their best to not laugh.
Yeah.
And I feel like that community aspect of it makes things so much funnier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like for me when I'm making my films and like making comedy, like I don't care if you're a new person to the crew, like you know, Amanda's over there, she can tell you like it's the funniest line wins. So it's like even if I feel like, oh, like I wrote this joke, blah blah blah, like there's no selfish nature in it. It's like if you think of something funnier on the spot, and I've been workshopping this thing for a year, we're going with your on the spot joke because like it's just funnier and like the people around have a big, you know, opinion within that. Like they change the sway of how things might be funny, and then I feel like that's a better viewership for the audience in the end, right? If you're like honest to the comedy gods, right? It's like I'm not the funny one. It's like the comedy gods gave us this. Someone farted by accident. Let's leave that shit in. Like, you know, fuck the line.
100%. I'm always on the side of funny, which is why I hate like it's less of a, you know, a few years ago there was a big like cancel thing going on with comedians, Louis C.K. for other reasons, but like a lot of comics were being canceled for saying certain things, and I'm super apolitical when it comes to that stuff. Like I don't read the news or anything. I just like I'm in the community, so I heard people talking about it. But if you ask me ever, my opinion is always I'm on the side of funny, right?
For
like
sure.
Obviously there's a line that can't be passed for certain reasons, but
there's like hate speech and then there's this is funny.
Yeah, exactly. If it's funny, if you're in a room full of people and you're making them laugh, it's funny, okay?
Exactly. Done.
And like Patrice O'Neill, you know who that is?
No, I actually don't.
He's a huge comic. He sadly passed away.
R.I.P.
Like
Let me see if I Patrice.
Yeah. So he passed away, but he's known. He's a comic, right? So he never necessarily actually after his death, he was more mainstream. I feel like than he was as an active comic.
I know Patrice.
Yes, yeah. But he's a comic because some of the stuff he says is super edgy, but he said his favorite type of comedy is when half the room is laughing and the other half is like, oh shit, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, so for me, I was recently saying a little bit about like, you know, musicians have more talent than comedy because you're going up there as a musician and like you're about to sing a song. You can either suck, right? Like if I go up there with a guitar, like I'm not going to do anything good, right? But you can also be amazing and make the entire room enjoy like what you have to offer. With comedy, you're just really speaking, but what makes it special, what garners those laughs often is walking a certain line. Like if you're juggling in front of a bunch of people, a lot of people can juggle, but if you light those like pinballs on fire and you start juggling them, there's a risk involved.
Yeah.
So when you're handling those risky topics, almost, you're like, all right, let's talk about, you know, sexism or whatever. And people are like, ooh, all right, where's he going here? Because he can say something fucked up and it's just awkward. Mm-hmm. But if you kind of navigate that line between awkward and funny and you find something golden there, that release of tension, that's the funny. Because you're juggling with fire at that point, right? You're not just, you know, that's why people say, comics often say there's like hack premises, you know, fucking like whatever, the
fart jokes.
Yeah, fart jokes, like random, you know, stuff that has no consequence attached to it, right?
Yeah. But then there's like that's why I would argue that it does take talent to be able to walk that line.
Yeah.
Like so close without actually without just saying shit to say shit.
Exactly.
You know, with actually having a point, driving it home and being funny, like that is like a trifecta. That's, you know. I
also think you can be talented enough to make a fart joke funny, right? To make the basic premises.
Make it smart.
Yeah, original.
Absolutely. I love fart
There's
jokes.
that side, right? Yeah. So, maybe I'm changing my own opinion here. That's good. We're learning. We're growing.
We're growing. You're seeing it in front of your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. It's on camera, bro. We got it. Evidence.
Okay, here are the Starbucks bars.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm not going to give you all of them because I want to, like, I'm telling you, we got to go in a car, order this shit, and just film it.
Let's do it.
All right, so give me a beat. Give me something.
Do you want it like on
the beatbox? Bro.
Holy shit!
Come on now. Hey. I'd like an iced chai latte with the oatmeal and okay, wait, hold on.
All right.
One more time.
Yo, I'm out of my comfort zone here. All right.
Yo, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like an iced chai latte with an oat milk and 2 pumps of honey. Lemon loaf up on the side, baby, make it lovely. I don't want to be greedy, I know grande is plenty, but I'll be sipping for a while, so go ahead, make it fatty. Are you crazy? Are you dumb, bro? Like, yo, that drink's going to be delicious. You ever had that?
What?
Iced chai latte with oat milk and 2 pumps of honey?
I feel like... I've never had that specifically, but that's why, partly because I'm broke and partly because of that reason I don't go to Starbucks, because like when I'm ordering that, I just feel a little gay.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why I order it in a white chick's voice.
Yeah. No, that makes it cool. And you tell them your name is like...
her just like get the actual cup.
Fair.
And I just kind of pull my seat back. But that's why, I made a rap out of it. Now it can't be gay.
Bro, I literally
name one gay rapper.
Name one gay. Lil Nas X.
He's not a rapper. He's not a rapper, bro. He's a country singer at best.
Eminem for sure.
Yep. He's
closeted, gay. But he's
no,
there.
He's not closeted. He came out in that movie.
8
Seth
Mile?
Rogen.
Oh, no. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, the interview.
The interview. That? Oh yeah.
He came out, bro.
That's hilarious. I actually forgot about that movie. Damn, I'm gonna rewatch it now for sure. That was a good movie. I remember they interviewed him, right?
Yeah. They're like, Eminem's gay on our show. I can't do the Seth Rogen. But,
that's hilarious. Eminem's gay on our show. Post it. Yeah, that actually brings. We'll talk about it a little later. But that whole like fucking like online now, everything that sells is like the controversy and shit like that. They capture that before it was happening. That was cool.
I know, right? Freaking smart people, man.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen, great movies.
Yeah. Oh, and we were talking about Adam Sandler, right? You said your dad doesn't like Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Did he ever tell you why?
I think my dad is... I think he likes some of the movies, but he's just like he's a bona fide hater. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair. That's
so
fair.
it's like if people are, if it's not like my dad's a very much like a well-read person.
Yeah,
He's like all about like smart, intelligent things. So if it's not like pushing the boundary of intelligence, then he's like, why am I wasting my time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So I get why he's doing it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, just like laugh a little bit. You know, life ain't that serious.
Yeah, and I like the thing with Adam Sandler movies. Like personally, I love them. Right? Like I play golf. Happy Gilmore. Like who doesn't love that movie? He has classics. Was it Don't Mess with the Zohan? Hilarious.
Amazing. Amazing.
But the thing about his movies, critics never rate them very highly. But if you look at the audience score, always amazing. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're not. Yes, but see, I feel like these days people don't have a lens for like. You're not comparing it to a Quentin Tarantino movie or something like that. It's an Adam Sandler movie, all right? Like, look at it for what it is. It's trying to make people laugh. Don't be like, oh, the cinematography, this, like the dialogue.
I think even the cinematography is good. Like, I don't see what people are seeing. Like,
It's just a good
avid
time.
Adam Sandler fan. Like,
yeah.
Like, I think at the end of the day, the movies that he's creating are a niche. Like, as you said, it's an Adam Sandler movie. You know, like he's created something where it's like you know what you're gonna get, but you also don't, and it's like you can watch it before bedtime. You can fall asleep to it. It feels like home. You know, like one of my favorite shows, Community. It's like
love that show.
It feels like home. Like even if you fall asleep during like halfway through the episode, you didn't need to watch the whole thing to feel like at peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's like rap that's like conscious rap, and then there's like just a pop song, and it makes you feel good. And I think that's like there's different uses for art. So for people to like, unfortunately, you know, people glorify the Oscars and trauma culture, and everyone wants to watch someone get exploded or something like that. But sometimes I just want to watch like a normal guy have a decent conversation with someone else in a voice like this. You know what I mean? It's just like it brings me happiness.
It's like, what's that movie? I'm trying to find it right now. It's like a cult movie. Oh yes, The Room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course.
It's like the shittiest movie ever made, but it gained a cult following for like how funny it actually is and how enjoyable it is, right?
Dude,
it's so bad that it's amazing.
I've been going back to that. I started with like YouTube videos when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was all just like bullshit, right? And then I got into film school, and I'm like, oh, angles and composition and lenses and all that stuff. And then the other day we were making a film, and I was like, you know what? Let's make this the shittiest thing anyone's ever seen. And I felt like when I was editing it, I felt the love and the magic again. I was like, yo, this is it. You know, like it's like this is where the real funny lies. Like random cut shots, like zoom ins, like unclear random green screen shit. Like it's just beautiful. And like knowing everything I know now about film and then going backwards to like something that's terrible has been the best thing that I've ever done. Like spiritually as an artist, like I'm like, this is what it's for. Like anytime you're trying too hard, people can tell.
Yeah.
You know, but if you just like fucking throw it at the wall and see what sticks, that's when it's like, okay, this is funny. This is actually like what I actually want to watch, you know?
No, I agree. And like I feel like having a formal education. So I like talk to me about education. I've done it for a while, right? I did, high school
Where'd you go, by the way?
U of T for biochem.
Okay, U of T.
Or high school you're talking about?
No, I meant U of T. But
yeah. U of T for biochem, and then I got a master's in organic chemistry at York. I just graduated this summer, but like throughout that period,
Congrats,
I was
dude.
still doing. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was still doing comedy, and I'm not using that degree for anything except for just life fucking learning experiences and realizing that that's not what I want to do.
Man.
Yeah. I literally, dude, I can cook up better than Walter White, no joke.
Oh,
but
shit.
like,
goddamn. Hey, shit.
legit.
If y'all need some.
Yeah. I can give you the recipe. All good. I actually
baking soda.
Yeah. Baking soda, shake it up, and
some kombucha.
Yeah, I can make it, but the problem is that if I actually like get all the ingredients, I'll be put on a list for sure. So I'm never getting them. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So all the good stuff, but I can make like homemade soap or whatever. I don't know. A party trick.
Homemade soap?
Yeah.
How you make homemade soap?
Apparently, soap is actually, well, I mean, not the soap that we get, but like originally soap was made out of like animal fats, right? Because okay, here's a little science fact about soap, right? The reason that it washes oil and grease off your hands and shit like that is because like dissolves like. So usually like the oil and grease, it's hydrophobic. That means it doesn't like water, right? Something that's hydrophilic likes water. Hydrophobic is like, if I spill some cream on my hand and I want to wash it up with soap. Soap is also like, if you feel it, it's kind of like oily.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes that gunk off of your hands and you wash it off with the water and it's gone. Because it's like you're washing the thing with the thing itself. Because like dissolves like. It's like a little science thing. There we go. Random fun facts.
I don't use soap. I'm just
sick,
joking.
Sick. Yeah.
Because it's sick.
Yeah. I don't use soap because if I drop that shit, I got some
I have
problems.
Exactly. I have a.
I never understood that soap. Too. That whole dropping the soap thing. I don't think it makes any sense.
Your ass cheeks.
Literally, it's not. It can't be that hard not to get fucked in the butt if you don't want to. I feel like if you're you probably what's somebody gonna say, right? Like
just clench.
Yeah, literally just clench or use liquid soap. I don't fucking know. Why do they have bars in prison?
Listen, I don't know. I haven't been to prison.
Yeah,
I mean, as a black man though, I've been like, scared of it my whole life. So I've been doing I call them ass ups. It's kind of
ups? Like really clenching?
Yeah, you just clench about 10 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, you really hit the fucking what do the girls do nowadays to get like the big booty? The hip thrust? Is that what they're called, right? Yeah. With the big
I call them ass kegels.
Ass kegels? All right. Yeah, no, but honestly, I don't get it. Right? Because like, think about it. If a dude in prison wants to do the thing, he'll fucking do the thing. It's not like he's like, I really want to fuck that guy in the butt, but he didn't drop the soap. He'll like, they're go-getters in there. Trust me. All right, they'll get what they want.
I trust you. That's why I do those ass ups.
I've seen what's that show? Scared Straight. I'm an expert, basically.
You've seen the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch that shit. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies?
Gives me the ick. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I've seen
clips.
I
watch jail porn.
Okay. Excuse me, officer.
No, I'm joking. I watch, what's it called? The Orange is the New Black?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. That was
a good show.
I haven't thought about that in a minute.
It was a good show.
Yeah. What happened? I kind of stopped watching.
I don't think anyone got fucked in the butt.
Yeah. But it's in a female prison, which makes it an interesting dynamic. I feel like that's less talked about. What happens in there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they use soap. I don't think they're scared of soap.
No, they definitely still use soap. I don't think they're that sexist. Like, nah, you bitches use fucking just water. You're not allowed to use soap.
Like, how like there's like public bathrooms and like you go into a male public bath. Well, now they have public bathrooms.
Yeah.
You go into male public
all
bathroom,
gender inclusive. Yeah.
And then you go into a female public bathroom.
Yeah.
And like it's just like it's cleaner in the female one. They might have a couch in there.
Yeah.
Like, is that how jail is too? You know,
it's just nicer overall.
Just like
I'm 100% certain that there is less violence. Well, it's also a numbers thing.
Man. Because men, we fight to hurt each other. Bitches, they fight to kill.
Well, it's also a numbers thing. There's definitely less, like, female prisons. There's less, like, statistically, there's more people in a male prison, and there's more violence. So I'm not even going to Google it. There's, like, I can say basically with almost certainty that there is less everything.
True.
Bad. But, yeah. I've seen some
more gossip
crazy.
In a female prison, though.
Oh, that's true. That's how they really hurt you. They don't hurt you physically, but they get you in the emotions where it hurts. The heart, bro.
It's like she doesn't use soap. Oh,
yeah, bro.
For real?
Oh shit. Yeah, dude, I heard Jenny got a new shank.
One day we'll do a little female prison.
A little skit or something.
No, a little field trip.
A field trip, bro?
Yeah, we'll get out there. See what's popping in there.
See, I wouldn't do well in prison. I would do too well in prison. Like my ego would do great. My asshole would not. I'm a little too fucking.
Do those
my ponytail is a little too ponytail for prison.
Yeah, that's the first thing I would do if I ever had to go. I'd cut my hair because I feel like that's the.
Don't
first
they make you though? You're not allowed to have long hair in prison.
Oh, because you could probably like choke yourself or something. Or somebody else.
I don't know. I feel like if they don't let you do it in the middle, like in the police academy, you have to cut your hair literally. I feel like prison would be the same thing. And yeah, it's probably like a safety thing, right?
Honestly, I haven't done.
Maybe
this
you
research.
look too
I gotta
cute.
do this research.
You'll be like the fucking fucking the go-to for all the.
But I don't know, man. Young Thug's in prison or jail right now, right? And he
Yeah, yeah,
has
yeah.
his long dreads.
Dude, I saw that shit. I saw like.
It's not like Lil Wayne came out bald. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. But were they in prison, or like detainment?
Touche. I don't know. These are famous people. I don't know. You're right.
I don't know.
No clue.
See, it's all different for them.
Yeah,
Anyways, where were we? Adam Sandler. I like that. I like that derail though. That was. I feel like that was productive.
Absolutely.
That was productive.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, me too, bro. Merry Christmas, fucking. I'm gonna rewatch Orange Is the New Black now too. Shit. What else do I got? Oh, I gotta watch The Interview and Orange Is the New Black. It's on my list.
So, okay, I'll give you one more then.
Sure.
One of my favorite movies is I think it's Untimely. No, the untimely death of Charlie Countryman.
Okay.
It's a movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Let me see here.
Charlie Countryman. I think you just search Charlie Countryman. I think it's like The Death of Charlie Countryman or something like that. And one of my favorite movies right now. I mean, obviously Shia LaBeouf is going through his share of madness,
Shia LaBeouf.
But
It's just Charlie Countryman. I think that's what it's called.
Is it?
2013.
Yeah. There it is.
Romantic drama film directed by Frederick Bond.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah?
Movie.
Okay.
Yeah, really good movie.
What is it about? Give me some background here. Oh my God, Mads Mikkelsen. That guy's my favorite villain of all time.
Oh yeah, he's fucking great.
Is he a villain in this movie?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay,
He's
then I'm
great.
definitely watching
Dude,
it.
it's like a fish out of water
Rupert Grint, bro. Fucking
Fish out
Ron
of water
Weasley.
film. He goes, he fucking kills that shit.
Let's
of course.
go.
So he how do I say it without it giving it away? It's a fish out of water film.
Okay.
Someone close to him passes away, and he basically sees them as like in the spiritual way, like as a ghost or whatever, right? And they tell him, go to Bucharest. And he's just like, don't you mean Budapest? And they're like, no, Bucharest. Mm-hmm. So he goes to Bucharest randomly, and the rest is just a bunch of random occurrence that happens.
Oh my God.
All the way to find out that
there's definitely more to it, because the way that you're describing it, I feel like it's like one of those movies about a white dude that goes to India to like find himself, just does a bunch of coke and yoga. It's like, oh my God, I'm revived.
It's basically like that, but it's like a white guy going to white land.
Yeah, okay,
I mean? He doesn't go anywhere.
Bucharest.
Bucharest.
Where's Bucharest?
Where's Bucharest?
Bucharest is in it's Romania.
Romania.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not India.
No, it's yeah. That's why I said Budapest. He doesn't go to Budapest.
Budapest. He goes to Bucharest.
And she made a mistake, and she meant Budapest.
Okay.
Which is the funny thing, because you're saying it's a movie about this guy going and finding himself. Yeah. She meant to do that. She meant to tell him to do that.
But he just becomes more white.
But he just exactly. He goes to the wrong fucking place.
He comes back and starts ordering oat milk lattes from Starbucks.
Exactly. That is where we conclude. I'm joking.
Yeah. It's gone full circle. Character development. It's better than Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's
more of a
shit,
more
dude.
Development. But yeah, where was that? Oh yeah, I was saying. So the reason that I initially brought up like the fact that I had my whole education curve, right, was because like going to school, the way they teach you things. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is mostly because I have a problem with authority. I hate I can't have someone tell me what to do. I'm very productive on my own. I'm disciplined. I take care of stuff. I'm consistent with my posting. I take care of business. Mm-hmm. But I just don't I can't do authority. I can't have somebody telling me what to do. Like I just did, I was a background actor in a movie, and it was just like, I'm never doing it. I thought I was excited because it was a M. Night Shyamalan movie. They're filming in Hamilton. I'm like, oh shit. And it was sick. I got to see him do his work and learn a lot about how it is to be on an actual set. Mm-hmm. But I was basically their bitch all day for less than minimum wage, and I was like,
actors get treated like shit.
Dude, I know now firsthand. I'm never doing it again.
The fucking the leftovers.
Yes,
it's like a terrible gig, and I've never done background.
Yeah,
always been I've been fortunate enough to be a lead character for a long time, or a principal role.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. I mean, I think I was a cute little black kid at some point, but I as soon as I saw how they were treating background actors, I was like, never. I saw people that I was that I would say are cooler than me.
Yeah.
In high school, right? This is one dude named Ryan. He was the coolest motherfucker. He always have parties at his house and shit like that, and he would invite me, and I'd feel so cool. I'm like, yo, I'm going to this guy's house. for a party, and then I'd see him on set as an extra, and I would literally just be like, "You are beneath me."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's what I felt, bro. That's what I felt too. Like
goddamn.
that's literally what I felt. So I'm never doing it again. But that's why, like, my experience with education, it just isn't for me. It's not my cup of tea. A lot of people, they'll be fine with it. But, like, so what you were saying about, like, going through, so did you do film school?
I did film programs. But I didn't do, like, a whole film school thing.
Right. So,
yeah.
My experience with, in general, comedy, filming, directing, acting, right? Everything I've learned in that space so far has been kind of self-taught. Like, even with my skits that I post online, like, I watch my stuff from, like, when I started, right? Like, before COVID. It's like, cringy. And, like, I'm kind of, like, my most recent skit that I'm pretty proud of is, like, this skit I did with, like, a Batman character. And just the way that I wrote it, I, like, directed it.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Bat Them?
Bat Them,
Yo,
yeah, bro.
that shit's sick, bro. That's hilarious, man.
So that's just me and my iPhone, right? I'm just more proud of, like, that's a kind of premise that I can turn into a thing for on stage, right? That's definitely, there's material there, but I turned it into a skit, and the way that I worked around it, I'm like, okay, like, there's progress there. I learned some stuff, and, like, I talked to my buddy who is an actor. He's a comedian and an actor, and he's teaching me all these things about, like, you know, there's, like, method acting, this type of acting, all these techniques, and I'm like, that's cool, but, like, you just, you know, I'm learning a lot just doing it, right?
I'd say there's, like, just like before we were talking about selfish art and ingestible art. I think just the same way with learning, there's got to be a balance. So there's a balance within, like, you being able to conceptualize and understand, like, high level, I guess, theories of, like, how to do something, but then also just doing it. And, like, you learn more just doing it, but then once you do it for a certain amount of time, and then you get some kind of, like, higher learning conceptual, like, practice, and you add it to what you've learned, then you become a fucking a creative genius, as they call it.
True.
Like,
you become Kanye West, bro.
You become Kanye West, like, in the flesh. I mean, like, you have you've been doing this for a long time, right? Like, you've been
not that long, but
I mean, you've been learning for a long time, so you know how to learn, right? So to be able to apply something that is, like, learned to, like, now a practice that you're doing, like, every single time you're gonna hit something new, and you're gonna, like, it's like the possibilities are endless of, like, how many versions of Kanye West you can actually be in a year.
Man, that's true. I can be Yeezus himself.
You can be Yeezus, bro.
No, but that's actually something I feel like if anything I took out of my whole experience in the university system is it taught me a lot of useful techniques, right? Like, not necessarily the content, but, like, how to learn, how to sit my ass down and learn about this material that I'm not necessarily enthused about, and just do it, just the work. Now that I'm doing something that I truly love, I'm using all those skills, and, like I said, there are comics that don't like me very much because I haven't been doing this for very long, and, like, my social media is going up, and I'm getting opportunities that, you know, people say I might not deserve. But listen, like, it is what it is. Like,
you're white.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That's a big aspect.
I'm sorry. I had to. We were all thinking it. I said it. God damn it.
Listen, I'm a comedian. I've heard worse than I'm white. Okay. I'm not upset.
I know. I'm just poking. But no, at the end of the day, people are always gonna be jealous.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, are they doing it? No, you're fucking doing the work.
And I don't even want to get into that conversation about, like, what people like that. Yes, people will be, no matter what you're doing. If you're fucking Mother Teresa, people will, like, hate you, right?
They'll be like, oh, you're just caring about people because it gives you a fucking a hit.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but
Mother Teresa was selfish.
Apparently, I don't know much about her other than she's, like,
she like only cared about, like, the high she got of
helping people, because that's what it is.
That's what they say.
So I'm learning a lot about. I'm reading this book about Epictetus. You know who that is?
You're reading a book about epic titties?
Epic titties, yeah, like big fat tits. No, Epictetus is a philosopher.
Take him out, Amanda. Fuck around.
He's a philosopher. I believe. Have you heard of Marcus Aurelius?
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe he's the guy who taught Marcus Aurelius most of what he knows.
Oh, that's
right. Dope. That's, like, you know, back then in the
like a philosopher.
Yeah. They're all back then in the, like, ancient Roman days. All these philosophers had like their pupils and shit. And other than, like, fuck them in the thighs while they were little boys, they'd, like, teach them, like, stuff, right?
that-
That's an actual thing. They
That's
would like
real?
it was worse than Catholic priests. They used to have like a saying in ancient Rome that like being fucked in the butt is a childish thing to do. It was normal. It was like a part of growing up. I swear. Google this shit. I'm not making it up.
That makes sense
Yeah.
as to why we are.
So
where
you'd be
we
like
are
chilling
today.
with your boys when you're 25, having like a few Roman beers or whatever, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I got fucked in the butt yesterday." Like, what are you, a kid? You know what I mean? It'd be like that. Grow up, buddy.
God.
Do it like a
diggity
man.
damn. Clench.
Clench, exactly. I feel like it's interesting that we keep coming back to the subject, but we'll
Hey,
dive into that
you're the
later.
one. I just.
Maybe it is me. Maybe it
just-
is me,
I'm
bro.
just
It's
clutching
the
my way
power
out
of
of
the
this.
ponytail, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but so basically, what Epictetus is saying. What were we even fucking talking about? Oh yeah,
Epic titties.
like epic titties and like other people. So like his whole thing is about. Let me pull it up. I have some notes about it. So much of see, this is what I learned from university. Whenever I read, I can't just read. I have to take notes.
It's smart. It's a good
yeah.
practice.
So the main message.
I just forget shit.
Yeah, this is what I wrote. Do not claim. So this I just finished the book yesterday, and I like to extract like in a couple of sentences, a main message, right? So I said, do not claim possession of externals. Let go of everything that does not belong to you, and focus on virtue of your soul alone. Let go and be free. For if you attach importance to anything external, you will always have a master. Okay? So
Dude, listen, I gotta stop because
Yeah.
right now, I just did a film for these motherfuckers who owe me money, and it's sitting on my external,
Yeah.
and I'm about to let it free. Pay me, bitches.
Yeah, there
Pay
we
me
go.
my money. I fucking did the work, you bitch ass motherfuckers.
Pay him.
Pay me, bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to let that out.
So there
I
we
had
go.
to let it free.
Yeah.
Or else I'ma let it free.
Yeah. So
Assholes.
that's what he talks about mainly is like and by
ass.
externals he means everything. Like he goes as far as saying like your body and the people you love because they don't belong to you. You're just renting them while
Yep.
you're on this earth. What the only thing that you have is your soul and your virtue. So being
It's
a
true.
good person, right?
And your story, right?
Yeah.
Which is also not you. It's like
Yeah.
you are your father's story. You are the
Exactly,
story. Like, you know,
exactly.
like when you're gone, that's all that's going to be there. Still the story.
So he has that take on it. Marcus Aurelius was more about like thinking like everything that happens to you can't harm you. It's your thoughts on the things that happen, right? So it's like your brain sickness of your body cannot affect you unless you let your mind kind of like in your mind you let it affect you, stuff like that. But that just brought me back to like thinking about other people. You just do your thing, right?
Yep.
Basically is what I'm trying to say in a lot of words. But yeah, what do you think about that?
I think that makes all the sense, and I think it's like, I feel like you gotta be yourself. That's what we've been talking about this whole time in multiple different ways. Whether you're on stage or you're clenching, be
Or
yourself.
in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Just gotta be yourself,
be
man.
yourself
Do you?
and like don't care too much about what people are gonna say about it, or else it'll stop the progress.
Yeah.
And it's just unbecoming.
And it's a crazy thing, man. Social media taught me that lesson in like a fucking tidal wave because I went from like just being like a little chemistry nerd and a comedy nerd as well to like starting to post. And once stuff started to blow up on social media, I had to learn that lesson quick because if you like read all the comments and shit like that, dude,
It's a slippery slope.
it's so fucked, right?
Yeah.
So I just that's why I
So let
read
it
these
go.
books so much because I have to like tunnel vision, bro. It's a fucked up thing.
Well, hey, don't worry, bro. Got you back.
Yeah, you got me. There we go.
Got you back.
Always keep me grounded. But yeah, man, it's what are you sipping on? Kombucha there?
Yeah, that booch, of course.
Kiwia. I'll
It's,
blur
the pineapple peach booch. Bro.
pineapple beach booch. Do you like kombucha?
I do actually.
Do you
I
drink it often or like
So-
is it like a probiotic or something?
I think it is a probiotic. That is a good question. But the reason I've started drinking more kombucha and just sparkling water in general is because I am over a year sober.
Oh,
I
nice,
haven't-
sick.
Yeah, I stopped drinking and smoking over a year ago. Me and my whole like film team,
Nice.
and we just been like locked in. And like, man, the progress has been fucking
Unreal.
night and day. Yeah, it's
Sick.
crazy. So, but like one of the main things that helped me just like not crave drinking at all was the burn that I get
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah?
from drinking fucking sparkling things in general.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I've been like a boochman.
That's cool. That's awesome that you're sober, what did you drink a lot before, or was it just like a lifestyle thing?
It was just like, yo, I was drinking, but then fucking COVID hit, and I was just like, I turned into a fish, bro. I was not that kind of fish. I was drinking like a fish. Like I was drinking way too much, and it was just like,
yeah, just the home pores, man, a little
like,
too,
know,
yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Why the fuck am I just killing my liver?
Yeah.
You know, and and smoking like way too much weed and just fucking spending way too much money on all of this. I'm like, yo, what I wanted to do was go to Lifetime Fitness,
right?
Which is like one of the best gyms, but it's like there's not enough, I guess, locations.
Yeah.
And it's just super expensive.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's really nice, fancy, but yeah.
I was like, let me fucking, every time I want to drink or anything, put that money into this jar.
True.
And I had my whole fucking year paid for within like 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
easy.
I'm smoking and drinking way too much. Let me go chill in a hot tub and drink some booch.
Yeah, man. I recently I'm at Good Life. I'm not fancy like that. I don't have Lifetime Fitness money yet, but
still drinking.
A little bit, yeah a little bit.
I'm telling you, put that same money to the gym, you'll be at Lifetime Fitness.
True, that's fair. But like, see, that's the thing. I feel like I'm on top of my health and discipline enough that like I've never had an issue with like drinking or smoke. Like I don't smoke weed like almost at all. I just don't. It doesn't mix well with me the way I am. I like more so booze, the way that they make me kind of. I get a little paranoid on weed, but I'm around.
I turn into a SoundCloud rapper on weed.
Yeah.
Like I just make too many tracks about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I sometimes, the few times that I do smoke weed, I write down shit, things that I think are funny, and then I read them back the next day, and I cringe so hard.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That's the power of weed. It makes everything funny.
But, but with alcohol, I completely agree with you. I kind of, like, the amount that I drink, too, like, it's almost a nuisance. Like, I don't, like, I might as well just get rid of it. Because, like, first of all, I'm around it all the time as a comedian. I'm always in bars. I'm around drugs, alcohol, whatever. So, I'm good. Like, I would never, like, perform drunk either. Like you just have to be, because when you're out there you have to be the sharpest person in the room, and if I even have a couple drinks, it almost becomes like a pattern. You don't want, like, a lot of comics rely on being drunk or high to get up on stage. That's what you don't want. But I don't even want to feel what it's like, because I don't want that at all. And also in my head, like, if somebody comes at you, you have to be sharp, right? You have to be
like
sharper
that Karen
than
the other day. I saw
like
that
Karen,
shit.
holy shit
on that.
Dude, the most annoying thing about that too is that, like, when you're up there, I had 5 minutes, right? So I want to get through some new jokes. Yeah. Like, if I had 30 minutes, I'd ask her some questions and I'd try to make her cry. But I have 5 minutes. This is my time. So I had to be quick and get
back to your shit.
Without making it awkward. Without just being like, yo, shut up, bitch, who let you talk, right? Like, I have to be witty and I have to keep going. So that's tough, man.
You did it, though.
Yeah, whatever. I was still not happy. Like, I was with a buddy that night. We went to watch the UFC after, and I could not get it out of my head. I'm like, you keep thinking about it. Yeah.
Nah, no worries, bro. That was it was hilarious. And those are usually the funniest moments too. Like,
exactly.
When the organicness happens, right?
And I love crowd work. I love hosting. I love interacting with audience. But like, people have to realize, I feel like because of social media, so many crowd work comics are blowing up now. People think that it's a part of the show, right? Yeah. It's not. When you're at the show, like, she's like, speak for yourself or whatever. I'm like, bro, like, I'm holding a microphone in a room full of people. I could not be speaking for myself anymore. Like, this is what I'm doing. Let me do it.
And now you let me speak for you.
Yeah, exactly. But don't be a Karen. Dude, is there any heckling in music at all, or is just like fucking? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you call it heckling, but there's always just like, I think there's less chance of it because people are used to like just listening. And you're more in a hypnotic state if the music's good. But yeah, if you're terrible, man, people will tell you you're terrible.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Like booing, kind of, right?
Yeah, I mean, booing or just simply talking over you.
Okay, yeah, just not paying attention. True.
Yeah,
true.
like, you know, you're trying to do
captivating.
You're trying to do like a intense, like, passionate song.
Yeah.
And people are just like, I don't fuck with this music. Like, I was doing a hip hop show, but I didn't know it was like a complete hip hop show. So I prepared like a more positive song. You know, my music is very positive.
Yeah.
Pop, and like the black community, that was there did not respond to what positivity I was giving off. They're like, oh, you ain't talking about drugs and killing people.
Right,
so like we're just gonna talk. And I stopped performing. I stopped the music, and I said, everyone shut the fuck up.
Oh.
And that's the clip that, of course, everyone was talking about.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Through all the positivity I was trying to spew.
Yeah.
It was the negativity. So I let it win.
Yeah.
But it was also the comedy gods.
That's true. That's true.
So
and that's funny. Like so that's another thing you can do, right? You can, when somebody heckles you, in comedy at least, you can go two ways. You can either riff off them and try to make it funny, right? Which kind of invites them, if they're annoying, kind of invites them to keep going because he's like, oh, he's like interacting with me because it's what they want.
It's like a conversation.
Or you can tell them to shut the fuck up. Problem is, if you tell them to shut the fuck up, the next thing you say better be hilarious or else you kill the vibe.
You're just an asshole. Yeah.
Right? You can't just say, yo, shut up and then keep going. Yeah. You have to say, shut up, and then like if you're in the middle of a joke, you better be on that punchline or have something else to say. It's like, but that's why you keep doing it. That's why experience is king, right?
You know what I've always preached? You know those apps? They don't have Omegle anymore, but like there's those like those chat roulette apps.
Yeah.
That's how you practice.
Really?
Oh yeah, the snapbacks, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
You just line them up and you just say the first thing that comes to your head. You ever seen Roast Me?
No.
It's a show. You should watch it. It's a comic show.
Okay.
In the States, and they just have like, it's basically roasts, and they just roast each other, and it's kind of like in the form of baseball. So there's someone at the plate, and you just roast them, and they get to roast back, and whoever like is funnier kind of wins in a sense. And there's different teams. It's very good. Well done. But yeah, practicing your roasts, practicing your snapbacks. That is like the way you prepare for a Karen. Yeah,
and also, well, like being on stage, obviously, you get Karens, you see those situations, you get better. But that's what I was saying, like, hanging out with other comics is so important as a comedian because a lot of these guys, dude, like, the guys I hang out with, I think they're all more talented than me. And I'm just looking at them, like, they're saying funny shit, and I'm like, damn. So but you have to be quick too, right?
That's smart to be around, though.
Yeah, right? If you're hanging out with comics and you're not quick, they will destroy you, and you will cry and go home and never come back, right?
Exactly.
You got to be able to hang with them. It's a social dynamic that, like, we're all playing the same game. You know, we're mean to each other, but we understand what's going on there, right? Yeah. We don't get offended, and we also, there are certain lines you don't cross, but it's like we're doing a fucking UFC press conference every time, right? We're hitting each other, we're calling each other out for being stupid or saying this or saying that, but that also makes you really quick. I'm on the side of funny, bro. Like, just be funny, and that's it, right?
Exactly. I think I was watching Theo the other day.
Yeah, I love him.
What did he say? He was like, they were just like, you can't say the N-word, and he was just like, you know what I do? If I really have to get it out, I write it down. Yeah, I was like, this guy's the fucking GOAT, bro.
Yeah. That clip went viral of him. There was like, he's
fucked, bro.
The way his brain works too, it's so like, he's just like,
he's fried.
He's playing the English language on like another level. It's like another dimension, which is it's like simple, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to try to understand him. I just like appreciate.
I think I know what's going on.
What?
I think he used to do a lot of drugs.
Okay.
And it opened a part of his brain that just will now never be closed. And he's sober now. Yeah. So now he has control over that power. Because there's so many
he's like wielding it. True.
Yeah, bro.
He was like doing coke, collecting every infinity stone. Theo Von was just like coke, heroin, LSD,
and now he
weed.
Has them, bro.
And now once he has them and he's sober, he snaps his fingers and he's a comedy god.
He is.
Bro,
he is.
That maybe we just did figure out Theo Von. I don't know. There's something special about him, though. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I don't ever want to be in a fucking competition with him. Like,
no, he's witty. He's funny. Yeah.
I'll just start resorting to my only thing. Like, I'll just start singing.
Yeah, you know exactly. Like, you can out-sing him. Exactly. He's actually pretty good at singing, too. I just heard him on a podcast with, like, some country artists. But
God damn.
You can hear it in his voice. He's got that southern country little twang, right?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's too talented. All right, man. So are you, though. You're talented. I appreciate you coming talking to me. Plug whatever you want. Spacedread on social media.
Hey, yeah. Just literally look out for some shit. Look out for the Starbucks video that we're going to do.
Yeah, Starbucks video.
You know what I'm saying? I got like 30 albums coming out.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace, bro.
Thank you for watching. Bye.